wait, nat 20.
Is my cursor still on my mouth?
Okay.
The red cursor?
Okay,
No,
now we're getting stuff now. Okay.
Dad's is.
All right, here we go. Back on. All right, guys, welcome to Riverbreak. Can you hear me now? Everybody. Think so?
Hello.
Okay, people can hear us. All right,
Hello.
good. Excellent. All right, sorry about that, guys. We had a little bit of a... I had a power issue today, so that was great. So, all right, we're back to Riverbreak. Good, glad to see everybody here. We're going to go through a quick little introduction as we always do, and then we will get right into the game. So, I am the Arthur of Gaming. I'm the Dungeon Master. You can find me on Instagram at the Arthur of Gaming, as well as on YouTube. And next up is Muvera. Muvera, say hi to everybody.
Hi, you guys know me as Ember Moon. I'm stuffing my face right now, but why not? You know what I'm saying? Good food. You can find me on Twitch at HalfDragonEM, Instagram at WWE Ember Moon, Twitter at WWE_Ember Moon. But you know we here to bring the chaos today, baby. All right, that's all I got. I'm pretty sure there's more things that I can list on there. So
Always bringing the chaos though. Next up is Korbog.
Hi, I'm Chris Sims. I'm playing Korbog the Ghost Hammer. I'm here to smite. You can find me on Twitter at Chris S. Sims.
Okay, and then next is Calamar.
Hey, I am Inked Mage on Instagram, the Dungeon Master your mother warned you about, and I am playing Sir Calamar Falkson, ever the voice of reason, pragmatic plans, and well-reasoned, thought-out arguments, here to bring you a bit of excitement and magic today.
Don't believe any of what he just said, except for who he is and where you can find him. And then we'll go with Luca. Luca.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. I'm Brianna. You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Brianna Flame. I am playing Luca, the half-elf monk, Way of the Drunken Master, and not drunk all the time, despite what Calamar says.
Now, Brianna just drinks like before the show. It's like Fred Astaire in Holiday Inn before
Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, he got real sauced up before his scenes. This is her MO.
And then
role playing, not real life.
That's right. Last but not least, we got Bryn.
How's it going, everybody? Thad Casey from Vorpalboard. I play Bryn Vrog, a drow rogue assassin fighter combo. Complete.
There is an argument, Thad, in some circles of how you pronounce that, whether it's drow or dro. And
it's drow.
Yeah,
it's drow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure it's drow. Like hands down, like very offended by that statement, sir.
I know.
Who loves all the Drist books. Damn it, it's drow.
Yeah.
I miss you guys. Thanks so much. It's been too long. I've been focused on work. Here we go.
You haven't been harassed this much in the 3 weeks.
I know.
I mean, we can't have a nice intro without Thad messing it up.
Bring on the redheaded step drow.
That's right.
It's okay.
Anything else you want to say?
All right, so in a couple of other announcements. So we're playing on Vorpal today. This is exactly how we're playing in our game. So this isn't some crazy fancy Twitch system that's what you guys see on the display. There's nothing fancy going on to make it look like this. This is how we play our home games. So if you're interested in this, we are still accepting late pledges. And we're rocking and rolling on final production delivered in September. The other thing, we have some insane giveaways for all of season 3. We'll be hitting some info as the game goes on, but there's going to be certain triggers that are they're gonna light up an opportunity for you to get a bunch of entries into a giveaway raffle. It's a point-based system. Today you get a chance to win 20 points live, and what we're giving away is this absolutely insane prize pack. $200 every single game worth of really cool swag. Custom books by our friends over at Norse Foundries. They customize them for every player, put the Vorpal logo on them, put Riverbreak down the spine. They're sweet. Every single book is unique. The players design them. And we also have a deck of cards from Nord Games. We're going to start using the critical hit and critical fail decks during today's game. Norse Foundry hooked us up with a couple of things. Some really nice metal dice sets, and the sets all vary. as well as some of their metal coins, which are really nice. And again, we have a bunch of different styles for those. And then one of the Hero Forge premium plastic custom minis, and one for each player. So if you're interested in that, we're going to be running this giveaway for the next 2 weeks through King Sumo. And you can like and subscribe all of us, and most importantly, all these awesome sponsors of these prizes. So thanks so much for joining.
Will my custom one be naked?
I
mean,
your mini?
loincloth? Yeah.
I got some beef right now. So why does Calamar have his and the rest of us don't?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we got beef right now.
Because the Inked Mage is magic.
Nope.
The Inked Mage lives 20 minutes from my house, and Art lives 3. So that's the magic.
I need you to drive to Texas and deliver mine. Like, you know,
and
probably
then,
20 hours.
And then drive to Austria. And then drive to Austria to give Chris his.
Yeah,
so
I'll get on a rowboat.
Yeah, no, drive.
No, drive.
Drive.
You know how when you put it into Google Maps and you say drive from here to like Tokyo, and it goes like 697 hours and shows you going across the water?
Yeah. Nice.
All right,
so getting those out for everyone.
Yeah,
they all came out phenomenal, by the way.
They did. They're great.
Thank you very much to our sponsors. You guys are phenomenal.
Elderwood, they made a great boxes. All right, so just to catch everybody up from the last episode, because we ended up missing episode a couple weeks ago. You guys are in Riverbreak. You had just come back to Riverbreak after having traveled a little ways. You had this boat accident in which you fought the Kraken, and you all jumped through this portal in the water, and you ended up what you think from that same ship was shipwrecked on the shore, and it seemed to have been there for quite some time. You're unsure exactly how long, but you seem to have had some sort of a time jump, you figure. You traveled back to Riverbreak. You came in the northern section of Riverbreak near the Directive Collective, where the barbarians and their castle is. You got to like the bridge, and you noticed that the town of Riverbreak has been in better shape than what you're seeing it now. And you guys had gotten a yell from somebody to the left, which was over the bridge at the castle, in which they were saying, "Come on, come here, quickly, come." And that was where we left, with a cliffhanger, surprisingly enough.
Nope.
Because I never leave you guys with cliffhangers ever.
What did we see the source of this this calling? This
As you look to your left, you see somebody in the purple armor, with like the fur around the edges that you're used to seeing, and it's this male, the big, large gentleman, human, and he's yelling, "Come on, come quickly, come." And
yes, our fans await us.
Yes, and
they'll welcome us back with like heroes.
Yes, exactly. And actually, everybody can give me a perception check.
Ooh, all right.
Start right off with some perception checks.
Oh, hey, what level are we? Because I feel like that's very important for me to ask right now.
6. You're still 6.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure. Nat 20.
I
get it.
Let's do our giveaway. Why we rolled a 20? Let's do it now.
Right out of the gates.
Right out of the gates.
All right.
This is the best Rice Krispie treat ever, by the way. I don't know if you guys have had these birthday cake ones, but they're so delicious.
All right, so everybody, we're going to do a giveaway. Give me just a moment to get it started. And this is for the digital version of the Eberron book on D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond has been so great to give us some codes to give away.
Oh, did you say
codes.
D&D? I'm just going to do a slow rise with my chair right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, there you go.
I love
it.
That was
shirt.
nice.
It's one of the most comfy shirts I've ever had in my life.
And I'm trying to find where the giveaway is, and it's not. Something changed in Streamlabs, and it's not where it was before. Okay.
Well, Ember, I'm actually kind of like this one. I usually, you guys made fun of me for it, but typically I wear a size small. And I'm so thankful that this is actually bigger, because during the whole quarantine, I'm like up 15 pounds, and here I'm actually this is pushing the boundaries. I need a large D&D shirt now.
All right, guys. So the giveaway is live now. So if you guys type in !raffle you'll be logged into the giveaway for the Eberron book on D&D Beyond.
Sweet.
Okay, so Ember with the natural 20. What did everybody else get? Let me see. Okay, Calamar, you are also good. So you guys notice, you hear this yelling from the left, like across this massive bridge. There's this very large bridge at the top where it goes over one of the main rivers that flows over the waterfall and down into the basin at the bottom, which is where Riverbreak is built around this basin. You see it. So in addition to seeing that guy to the left, from the right, which is the toil, not far away from you, you see all these people, we'll say in quotes, moving towards you. They seem to kind of be lumbering a little bit. At first glance, you think it's probably they look like they are zombies, but when you take a closer look, you see that each one of them has got some sort of creature, like sitting on its shoulders, and like its hands are over its face, and it's like moving it, almost like something like a ghost is guiding these people around, and they seem to be moving their way towards you guys.
I don't see what I see are parents bringing out their children. And they're propped up on their shoulders. They're excited, and this is a hero's return. And they're just little kids. So I'll like start to take a step toward them, and I'll be like, and I'll turn to the rest and say, look at the adoration we finally deserve. They're coming to reward us. Let us greet these peasants and show them what noble heroes are truly like.
No. I start walking toward the bridge.
Yeah, and it is, and in fact, Calamar, I mean, it's a large crowd. Like,
Yeah.
there's probably 40, 50 of them. They all have these ghost-like children on top of their shoulders.
You
say
are
that 'cause
too
that's what you
modest,
think.
Korbog.
And they seem to be moving towards you, and they're actually moving a little faster than zombies you've seen move in the past.
Yeah.
So they're moving towards you at a. I mean, they're still walking. They're not not running, but they're not moving slowly.
Yeah, I'll say.
How many?
What's that?
How many?
Probably about 40 or 50 of them. It's a large group.
Oh. I start following that one guy.
To the left, over the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go over. Well, who else is going with her? I mean, is you guys leaving Calamar here by himself, or?
I'll let them get a bit away from me because I'm distracted, but then I'll turn and see, and then I'll run up to them, and I'll be trying to convince them, to accept the accolades and this is not a time for modesty. This is a time to embrace it. We give hope to the small folk when they see our splendor and they hear of our noble and just deeds and our heroic adventures. This is what the common people need. They need this. You're
You know what?
depriving them.
Maybe we should go back. Like, this is a parade. That's what this, hey, you, like, I point to the guy across the bridge, like, come here.
No, come here. Don't go that way. This way.
You come here.
Perhaps they want to feast us first. We surely can't face we can't appear before the crowds famished and unrefreshed. Yes, good my man. Yes, thank you. We will come in and take refreshment and be cleansed before we go and seek our adoring crowd and let them bask in our splendor.
Then do you guys all start going across the bridge then?
Sure.
Okay, so I just start going across the bridge. You do see that the drawbridge goes down.
Sound effects.
I didn't know we had these kind of production values.
Well,
right.
I just want to hear the sound effect of the gate raising. Like, that sounds even more complex,
Maybe.
like metal planking.
Yeah, I'm not
Yes.
doing that. Okay, we're good with that.
Yeah.
So the gate comes down. You actually have this one of the barbarian guys from the directive that you've seen before is kind of there, and come. He tries to get you to come into the castle.
You realize that most of the time that we've played this game, we've spent beating up those guys.
Yes, you have.
Just saying.
I know
Just
you
saying.
have.
Just pointing that out.
Uh-huh. Maybe you should
Calamar,
think
let's
twice
go.
before you beat
Stop
people up
messing
from
with
now
these
on.
people.
Yeah.
There's something very wrong with them. We need to go inside the castle.
Where I'll step up. Where are we to wash up before the feast?
Okay, so you guys come up to the castle. The guy's like, "Come on, quickly, come in, quick! What are you doing out here? Come on, quickly!" Are you all gonna go in?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Also, by
Yes,
the
we'll
way,
follow 'em.
Dwarven Forge, Postern Gate, the cool little castle-looking.
There you go.
Ooh.
Turn on some lights.
Ah.
Okay. All right, so you guys.
Magic.
You guys all go inside the castle. There's a couple of the directive guys there. Again, they're wearing the typical. Let's see. Let me get one of the guys, and I'll show you. You know, the typical. They're wearing their. You can't really see it all that well. Purple armor, gray fur around the outside of the armor. They're like, "What are you guys doing? Why are you out there? What's going on?"
Why are you in here?
That's a great question.
You know you're not supposed to be out during the day. What are you doing?
You know that you're not supposed to be in during the day. What is happening here?
I'm sorry. Where's the
hang on,
feast?
Let's see if.
It is bad. See, this is why I say that I can't. Yeah, I'm talking about you. She's all over the place, and I was like, oh, maybe she won't be bad today. No. She is. It's like, hey, there it is.
There you
There
go.
it is.
He looks. They look kind of confused at you. What do you? Hang on. Come on in. We have to. Let's go
Yes.
in. So they kind of take you inside. They usher you inside. And there's.
We aren't from here.
You can see. Well, okay.
We are from here.
Yeah, you are. You are.
We're back here. We've been here before.
Yeah.
Roast chicken, spice fried potatoes,
And onion
eel
pudding,
pie
please.
for the drow, and
Onion pudding.
Onion pudding for the cow.
Yeah.
and lemon cakes.
So they bring you in, and now there's more. That you can see that there's more of them in here. So there's a large amount of the directive barbarians in here, and you guys, someone you've never seen before, this large minotaur comes walking in. He's hey Thad, do you have those pictures that I sent you? Do you have them in here by chance?
I smell
no,
a
I
romance,
didn't pull 'em.
Muvera.
I immediately start like, oh, hey. And then like I want to do like one of these, and then I want to like, Luca, come here, like, because I'm new at this, right? I want to be like, smell this,
Well, I don't know.
like,
Are,
just get the fly. It's
I want to kind of slap.
Yeah.
Isn't that what your tail's for?
I'll say to Muvera, I'll say he's a handsome minotaur.
I hide in shadows.
No, I'm questioning you. I don't know what a handsome minotaur looks like.
So he is this very large gentleman. He walks up and he does and he introduces himself. I am Zabrak Stormroar. I am general of the directive. What are you? Why are you out? What are you doing?
We just
Awaiting
got
our
here.
hero's welcome.
I rolled a 29 for stealth, by the way. I immediately just fade behind Korbog because, like, I'm just not ready for this interaction, and just like,
Your horns definitely have to stick out past him, though.
Yeah.
There's no way.
can
I
the
have pretty
illusion
big
look like
pauldrons. I have pretty
Korbog's
big
horn?
pauldrons, you know. So.
And he's wearing like a purple armor, metal armor. He's unlike the rest of the barbarians who are all in like leather, like this real thick leather hide. He's wearing actual like plate armor. It's purple. He has this Kopesh like sword that he has like across his back.
So you don't know who we are. That's what you're saying.
Impossible! Of course they know who we are. Who
Uh,
doesn't know who we are?
Who are you?
They
No, that's
don't know
fine.
who we are, apparently.
We just got here.
Sir, that sort of jest is unseemly for one of your character. Of course, you know who we are. We're the heroes, and you're making ready the feast. Where is the feast hall?
What do you mean you're the heroes? What heroes? Heroes of what?
I turned to Luca and I say, "But this is madness. Explain."
And how
Explain.
did you just get here? We've had the port blocked off to new ships for quite some time now.
What didn't you understand about heroes? Luca, explain it to him.
Here we're gonna put the heroes thing on the back burner for a moment. I have a very weird question, and please don't think we're crazy. What year is it?
So he tells you this is 2317, which you'll now realize is 15 years since you guys were last in Riverbreak.
I thought, well,
That's not good.
No,
15
it's not.
years.
15
Yeah.
years.
15.
Why are you asking what were you in some were you unconscious? Were you asleep for some what are you talking about?
So as this is all getting really like weird and awkward because I've just been mentally trying to psych myself up for this like this situation to introduce myself, I am like prepping myself behind Korbog for like the best intro ever. Now, as soon as there's an awkward break in silence, I'm going to like just like front flip out like and be like, "Oh, we're the Shovel Gang." And then like I want to grab like the thing where the scroll of like, "Hey, we've been acquitted of all charges," and I want to like shove it in his face and be like, "Yeah."
Give me an acrobatics check.
It's not a Riverbreak episode until that scroll comes out.
That's why I have it. 17.
Okay, yeah. So you managed to kind of roll out from behind Korbog and spring up, shovel in hand, with one like real good flip. The scroll like unscrolls in front of you. You kind of stick it in front of him, and he starts looking at it quickly. Okay, so may I take that for a moment?
Yep.
So he takes it, starts looking at it. Oh, I know who you are.
Exactly, the heroes. Where's
hammer
the
out.
feast?
You're the ones that lost the queen so many years ago. Pretty much this is all your fault, actually, now that I think about it.
Well, technically, no. Like, it's not my fault.
Yeah, obviously,
It's
actually,
their fault. Like, I literally am shifting all blame to Thad right now. I was like,
Bryn.
look, I
Bryn.
mean, this guy, sorry, Bren, look, that guy right there, this is all his fault. See, what had happened is that I woke up from a drunken stupor and we had befriended one of the Queen's guards. And these guys said that he was trustworthy because we drank with him all night. And I was like, no, this guy is super shady. Look at that dark hair and that menacing like eyebrow lift. Like, and he had like that weird cackling laugh thing too. And I was like, bam, I don't trust this guy. Who is it? And they were like, it's fine. But it wasn't, because he's the one that stole the queen, and I blame it all on the drought. I'm cool.
and everybody can give me an insight check.
Oh boy.
19.
18.
I thought we were finally done with this. Blame everything on the drought thing.
Nope. Season
Nope.
3, bud.
Isn't it
I was
coming
trying to
around?
get you some eel pie. That was my way of saying I'm done with the drow, evil drow thing.
Look, man, I'm trying to get me a hubbin, all right? I'm trying to get me a real man, just like
Dad, what did
She's
what
trying
did
to
your
get a hoof
insight
in the door.
end up being?
2.
Oh, okay, bad. Okay, so pretty much everybody besides Thad.
On point in character.
Yes, right. Everybody besides Bryn, when he looks at the scroll, there's a definite tonal change in his body like language. He obviously seems very upset and angry with the lot of you. So where? Okay, This is very confusing. Where have you been the last 15 years after having lost our queen?
Well, see, what had happened was we went to this one island, or we were trying to get to this one island, and then there was a kraken that attacked the ship. There were a whole bunch of shark people, which I thought were crab people at one point in time, but you know what? It's whatever. So anyway, like no one noticed the portal, and like we figured, hey, like which way do you want to die? By a terrible death with the kraken, or going out in style, baby, in this weird crackling portal thing? And bam, here we are in your face, slap checks, Rivera.
And we didn't lose your queen. She was kidnapped.
Right, but it was your job to protect her, and you
It
lost
was also
her.
the person who took her's job to protect her, and
Yeah.
And
Luca
who
was-
hired us to protect her? I think the blame must go all the way up if we're going to start assigning blame. Who decided that we were the ones that were fit to protect her?
Excuse me, sir, Mr. Commander, sir.
General,
And I want to
yes.
I'm very much so trying to figure out what my best asset is, but there's clearly like a booger bubble right here. And I'm like, look, you see that paper? That says we weren't the reason why she got kidnapped. All right. Look, I don't blame myself, but maybe I could have done more to help. You know, I was actually facing a lot of ghosts and goblin things, and then there was this weird phantom thing and that came out of the sky, and I was like, hit the runes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been dead before, so I know I'm coming back because somebody loves me in this world. Do you want to love me? But not really. But if you want to, so like anyway, like this is like, we're not guilty here. Like, honestly, it's the queen's people, like whoever hired that guy to be her guard. Like, look, we were just supposed to scout out the area, which we did. So I don't know why you're playing this blame game, even though you're kind of hot, like too. But like anyway, like we're
General,
just trying to get through
Does she
this.
always
You
do
know?
this?
General,
Is this
General,
she
what is
always
your
does?
name? General, what
This
is
is
your
what
name
she
again,
always
sir?
does.
I am,
General,
This is what
sir,
she
what is your name?
always does.
I am General Zarnark Stormroar.
Sir,
Storm.
we have been endeavoring to track down the enemy that has taken the queen. We have not stopped, lo these many years seemingly, in our search and endeavor to recover her and restore her rightful to the throne.
And who hired you to do this? Why were you? What put you people in this position?
Well, the queen, really, like she did. And then her people turned against her, and now we're trying to right the wrong that they did, but we kind of did some wrong stuff too. But you know, you cute, I'm cute. Hey, you're Storm Roar, and I'm Swift Fury. That's two S's. We should be a thing. How about that?
He seems to be paying like not a lot of attention to Muvera at
Can I
all.
roll a
Like,
persuasion check for this?
you can roll a persuasion check. Go ahead.
Great Scott.
Oh,
And that's what we've come down to, folks.
There's actually a
Minotaur
really big
loving.
booger on this side and some dripping out of the other side at this point.
I
probably
rolled
an
a 5
aphrodisiac
and I
for
get
Muvera.
+5,
Oh.
but like it's a 10. So like maybe he's still intrigued by this snot bubble. Like it's just getting
Goodness.
bigger.
You totally should just lick it.
I was gonna say, as she talks, she kind of licks the one that's
Oh.
dripping on like the other side.
Because, you know, that's a
We can listen,
that's what Minotaurs do.
General, we can point fingers at who's to blame, but that is not accomplishing our deed. We must now unite and work together.
What the hell's
And
going
why-
on in this town? When we
Well-
left, it was normal.
Yeah. So, yeah. Let me fill you in on what has happened. Boy, where to start? So the queen just disappeared. In the process of
She
the
was
queen-
kidnapped, you mean?
Okay, the queen was kidnapped.
Give me 1 sec, guys.
Shortly after the queen was kidnapped, there was some strange magical disturbances in the town. Really, I blame it all on that. Well, anyway, and these portals started opening up in the town, and through these portals, all these ghost-like creatures started coming out into our town. And in the process of this, it started taking our people away. We tried to fight them as best as we could. nothing seemed to be. I mean, we could kill some of them, but we couldn't. They were very hard to kill. The town quickly got overrun. There was thousands of them. At some point throughout the many years that we've been dealing with this, the prince Riasa has somehow been twisted and become evil, and seems to be a big player in this. Whatever you want to call this attack on the city, or what, I'm not really sure what to call it, because we're not really sure why it's happening. We can't.
Well,
they
there's
don't talk
ghosts
to us, so we
there.
can't get it. We can't get an answer out of them.
Wait,
Well, that's 'cause there's ghosts.
didn't we
like-
leave the prince and princess with the druids?
You
We
did.
did.
Oh, so?
We did.
There's some druid chicanery going on here.
You did. So these portals started opening up in town. These ghosts started coming out. They quickly overran the town. We've blocked the town off to no visitors in or out. We're just trying to do our best to survive. The problem that we found is that these ghosts have attached to our people. So we can fight them, but if we do, we're killing our own people. The people are being
Well,
controlled by these
sacrifices
ghosts.
must be made.
There's nothing wrong with that. They can always come back like me. I died once. Like,
Well,
maybe we
maybe.
could die together sometime.
Maybe
That's not normal.
That's not
Yeah.
normal.
No, it is. Like,
When-
they
when
came
you-
back
when
from the
you-
dead. Look at them. They're already
Well,
dead.
When you
so
kill
the
a
problem-
person. Sorry, go ahead,
Yeah.
Bree.
Oh, we just can't go killing people because they have a parasite. They're a victim in this case, so I victimize them further.
Well, they're probably already dead. I don't really think that they're eating anything. So, are we
When
really
you-
doing that much harm? Like, honestly, their soul probably can't pass into the next world. How long has this been going on? Yeah, I don't care. So, like, yeah, this has been going on a long time. I highly doubt that they've been eating. Look how skinny and scrawny they are. They're already dead. Why are we trying to protect people from death? They can come back. Look at me, baby.
So
And I want that bubble to finally like pop
okay.
and go across my face now and just
Okay.
be like, oh,
Oh,
And so there are not many bastions of safety within the city right now. I mean, our citadel is safe right now, and I hear the princess has some people, and they're in the Hollow, and they have the Hollow somewhat safe and protected, but the other districts in the city are completely overrun by these. Whatever they are. This is all magical crap that, frankly, I'm a bit sick of and sick of dealing with, because it's now fallen into my lap to deal with this when others brought this onto us. And at that point, you guys can see by his bio, he's really pissed about this. Like, anytime he starts talking about like the magic and all that kind of stuff, there's something those of you who made your good insight rolls, Oreo, there's something he's not telling you. But even the mere thought of like the magical stuff, he's getting more and more pissed off about the whole situation to start with.
Stormy, honey. That's what I'm gonna call you now because you're killed.
It's General Zarnark Stormroar, actually.
Cool. General Stormy. All right, so why are you so upset? Because I feel like there's something you're not telling us, and in order for us to do our job correctly, which I'm very good at. I saw boogers everywhere.
I'll hand her a handkerchief, and I'm just gonna.
So you're just staying in this citadel doing nothing?
Oh, got him to the quick.
I thought you were a general.
We have done
hey guys,
a
doing
lot.
his best.
We've done a lot, and we continue to do more. But we are at great. It is very dangerous out there, and we're losing people.
And isn't it your responsibility to defend this city?
It is, and we've done a lot to defend this city, and we will continue. However,
So what are you complaining about?
We are finding to make it difficult to do everything that we need to do. But right now, I am done talking. I have things that I have to do. If you would like to stay here in the Citadel, we can put you in a place. But I am currently need to be elsewhere.
General, it is not in our nature to cower behind walls. Point us to a task. No task is too daunting. We are the heroes and saviors you have been searching for low 15 years.
And he
That's right,
does
Calamar.
do like a turnaround, and he walks right away from you guys. He goes back to a spot, and he goes through a doorway, and there's a couple
Can I
guards
follow
there.
him?
I'll say to the others, he needs a moment to process it. Look at our grandeur. Except for, and I'll thrust the handkerchief at you, though, Ember.
No, I want to follow him.
Yeah,
Like-
you can follow behind him a little ways. Once he goes through the door, and you start to head towards it, the two guards kind of step in front of the door. You're not allowed to go in there. General's busy.
Get out of the way.
Look, guys, I have beat up a ton of you guys in this life. I can do it again. I choose not to, but obviously the general wanted to talk to me in private. I mean, like, he's here just for my protection because I'm a delicate flower. But like, look, like, here's the thing. If you guys want all this chaos to stop, that's why the shovel gang is here, baby, because we like to bury people. And I have no problem burying you right now if you don't move out of my way.
That shovel
Or
gang
point
thing is
us
a new
to your real
development.
leader. Point us to your real leader, and we'll talk to somebody who actually will do something.
Korbog, at about this time, you get a tap on your shoulder.
Okay, I look.
Okay, there's a woman standing there again in the purple armor. She looks like she's one of the barbarians. She is a Yuan-Ti pure of blood. You can see like the snake-like features, like her eyes are like the weird snake-like eyes and stuff. And she's like, Korbog, it's you.
It is.
Hi.
Let me show you guys to a room. And then she kind of like whispers to you like, I can fill you in some more.
Very well. What was that little girl's name?
Which one?
The little girl at the estate that we cleared for.
Solyndra Veneno was her name.
I say her name, Solyndra.
You remember me? Oh, you can see like her heart like swells 4 times. It's 4 times the size. Like she feels all honored that you remember who like she was. Let me.
Where's my hammer?
She pulls it out. She still has it. I carry it with me everywhere.
A tear rolls out of Korbog's eye.
I never go anywhere without it. I've learned how to fight with it, and I use it at times. Please let me show you guys. Let me.
My life might be complete now. I'm just saying that.
Scott.
So she'll kind of whisk you guys. You want to get that one over there?
But like, it's fine. Like, I really don't want to hurt you. I just want love. I want love.
And it's kind of like trying to grab her arm.
We love you, Muvera. Come with us.
Luke, explain to her how desperate she appears. You
can make your moves on him later.
One of the women, yeah.
Never okay when you make it. All right, it's never okay. Never.
Okay, so you guys go off to like a side room there, and she takes you like down a hallway and a couple places and get into a small barracks room. There's a bunch of beds in here, but there doesn't seem to be anybody here. Like there doesn't seem any personal effects other than some beds and like made beds and stuff. She's like, well, you guys can stay in here for now. Yeah, things went very crazy after you guys left. I thought you must have been killed by these creatures.
We with the glue
I'm so happy
holding
to
this
see
world
you.
together.
There's the general doesn't do anything. He's so upset about this whole thing. He blames the Quell and all the paladins and the magic people from the Enlightenment. He blames all of them. We've been held up in this castle for months now. I haven't seen my family and I don't even know when the last time I saw them.
What can we do?
I mean,
other than have a serious disagreement with your worthless general.
I would love it if you'd have but there are too many on his side right now. I don't know. There are a few of us who don't like his leadership and don't wish to follow him, but I don't think there's enough of us at this point. Too many, from what I can tell, there's too many of the directed that still side with him, and haven't
Would
seen
they-
the
So
errors of his
what
ways.
can we do to impress them?
That I
What
don't
can we do
know.
to impress them and show them that he's a fool?
Whoa, calm down. All right, that is a beautiful Minotaur man. I wonder if he's half cow or half man and half Minotaur.
He'll never love you as much as I do, Muvera.
It's just Muvera's like looking off in the distance. I don't know. I mean, I heard him say to you. I came into that conversation a little bit later. I do know that you know there are the two places that are safe in the city right now. Here in the Citadel, or the Hollow is, from what I
Yes.
understand, more or less safe. I know the
Here now, because
princess
we are
is there.
here.
Yes, exactly. I know the princess is there. She came. The prince and princess had left the city after the queen was kidnapped, and you guys had gone off on your quest. They had left to go back to the kingdom. Years later, the prince was here, and then all these weird portal things started happening, and then something happened along the way that he turned into this. And she kind of describes him. And actually, I don't know how well it's going to be able to see it, but
If you put it under the table cam, it'll look really cool.
will it look cool on your table cam?
Dun dun dun.
This is one of
Ooh.
the. Let me back it up so you can actually. There we go. One of the Hero
Ooh.
Forge color minis, color printed.
Oh, that book.
So good.
Yeah, look at the book. The book looks really good. Oh yeah, here, let me zoom in on it with my. Hang on, let me zoom in for the people at home so they can see. Even
That
better.
is awesome.
It's one of the Hero Forge color printed minis. Looks really great. These things are really incredible. As she's describing him to you, and she's describing this person that I'm showing, all you guys can give me a history check. Oh, of
One.
course,
but
everybody's
not
gonna roll
natural.
high.
17.
I rolled an 8.
I rolled an 8. Okay, so those of you Luca, Calamar, and Bryn, the description she's giving you is the guy that was riding the dragon in the last episode. If you remember, there was the dragons that came out of the hole and tried to attacked you guys while you were on the boat. The description she's giving you is that a guy.
That's a damn bastard on the dragons.
And if you remember right, last episode, a couple of you, I don't remember which ones of you did, but you had made some rolls, and a couple of you felt like the guy in the back of the dragon looked familiar, but you didn't know from where. And obviously it was because you knew the kid version, not the adult version.
The evil dragon riding adult version.
Yeah.
Oh, the prince.
The prince. So,
It's the prince.
so she's describing Prince Riasa to you, and you know Kiasa is somewhere in the Hollow. She's been here for months now in the Hollow, trying to take the city back as best as they can. They came back a few months ago. They brought 3 ships full of supplies and people, and they've been trying to slowly take over parts of the city. Successfully at this point, they've only been able to hold the Hollow as safe as possible.
But they each have equal claim. Do they not?
Who? Oh, Kiasa and Riasa?
Yes.
Well, the king is still alive. So the Kiasa and Riasa are not in charge. The
Wait.
king is still in charge.
Well, then here's what we must do. We must bring the prince and princess together before the king, and he can sort this out, and we can act as mediators. The king must rely on our wisdom, which is considerable.
Well, from what we understand, the king sent Kiasa here to take back the city. As far as at least that's when she came. That's what I've heard. The rumor is. Again, we don't have a lot of contact because we've been held up in this castle for quite some time. But rumors that I've heard of, things that have been happening, and I'm not high enough in the chain of command here to be listening in on the big meetings. But the rumor is she's here to help take back the city and stop her brother.
Well, we must meet.
Where
Well,
is
maybe
he?
we.
We think he is in the Scepter somewhere, but we're not sure. The Scepter, if you remember, right, the Scepter was that big, like 200-foot tower that goes up the side of the cliff and goes from the bottom to the top of the cliff. That's the Scepter, and there's like a big building on top, a big castle building on top of it. So as far as we know, he's in there. But we don't see him that often. He comes out riding on his dragon every once in a while and does things over the city, but he never comes close enough to any of us to really get a good look at him or try and hurt him in like any way.
Well, if we are going to make our way out in the streets, this calls for a disguise. Luca sits on Korbag's shoulders. Bryn sits on Muvera's shoulders, and we imitate these creatures.
Wait, all right,
and-
let's stay focused here. Hold on. Let's
Wait,
not
well, we
go
have to get
into
to the we have to get to
battle
the
puppet
princess.
mode.
Well,
Agreed. So we can. Earlier, the general said something about not being out during the daytime. Is it safer at night?
It does appear to be a little more safer at night. The creatures that are controlling them we think they see through the people's eyes. So if the people were, now again, all assuming because we don't really know, but the people like humans, for instance, don't seem to move all that well at night. They bump into things and that sort of thing. So we're assuming that these creatures are seeing through the eyes of the people that they're inhabiting, and if the people don't have dark vision, we assume that they can't see very well. So it actually tends to be nighttime tends to be better. I mean, but you still get some of them out, but it's just less than what we're seeing. The problem is these are our friends and our neighbors that are coming after us with these creatures attached to them, and we don't really know, as far as I know, we don't know what to do to stop them without killing them.
So what's this girl's name?
The princess?
Kiasa.
No. The
the
girl
one-
I'm talking to.
Solyndra.
Oh yes.
So that seems like a good name for you. So hear me out here. All right. I'm tired of you guys worried about killing these guys, because how long has this been going on? Years, right?
Yes.
Years. Are these creatures eating? Are they drinking? Then they're dead. All right.
They don't seem to need to eat or drink, as far as we know. As far as I know, nobody's been seen eating or drinking.
Question.
They're
all
vitamin
right?
D zombies.
Shh, Calamar, I got this time. All right. How long does it take? Like how long can you go without food and water?
Days, I guess. I don't know. I've
3
never
days.
tried. I've never tried.
3 days before the human body starts to shut down or whatever. I don't know about me. I don't really need a lot of nothing because I'm, kind of dead. Came back because I'm cool like that. Also, and I look left and right, and I'm like, and I go to whisper like I'm gonna give her some keen knowledge about like the human body or humanoid body and how that works. To be like, is General Stormroar single?
I think he does. I don't know of him
Yeah,
having
sure,
a family.
Human body, 3 days. All right, 3 days. All right. We can't account for it. You can tell me later. Are they, it's one of those things that every person learns about in the pasture. You know what I'm saying? So, I think they're dead. And
If
they're
you've been
probably
dead before, do your cow parts actually still work? That just
Well,
seems weird.
Well, I mean, things work. I eat more for pleasure, not out of necessity.
That's not the parts I'm talking about.
So she kind of like blacks out this conversation and looks over
Pushing
at
on the
Korbag
love.
more, looking more towards Korbag. Do you think you can help us?
We will help you. I don't think we can help you. I know we can.
I mean, I personally would love to see my family. I don't know
That's the
where. I don't
spirit.
even know where they are. I don't know. Last I knew, they had gone back to the house that you guys had taken back for them. We had all moved back there when I was a kid, and we were back in the birthright. But it has been, at this point, it's been so many months. I don't even know if they're even still alive. I don't know if they're those creatures who got them. I don't even know.
Are we
Well,
closer to the
probably dead.
hollow or where she's talking about?
The hollow. You're way closer to the hollow. So if you remember right, like the Citadel is kind of like the north center of the map. Next to that's the Enlightenment, where all of the magicians and stuff were. Remember, there was a bridge there, and the barbarians were on one side, the paladins were on the other, kind of like east and west, like Berlin. And then there's the switchback that comes down from the Enlightenment to the Collective, and then across the bridge is the hollow. The Birthright's a little further down from that.
We should go to the hollow.
Okay, then. That seems reasonable. We do have to find Kiasa at some point.
Are we fully rested, by the way?
You're not, but you can stay here. I mean, you could stay here until tomorrow if you wanted to, and you could go out, or we have food. We can feed you.
Yes.
Is it early morning, or is it afternoon?
You got back like in the afternoon.
Could we get a long rest in before the sun comes up?
Let's get a
Yes.
long rest. I'll share quarters with the general because I feel like that's appropriate. No offense to you guys, just I have nothing. I just want to go and see what's going to happen there.
I don't think he's going to allow you to go to his quarters, but yeah.
I mean, is this customary Minotaur courting rituals, Muvara? I'm unfamiliar.
You know what's crazy, Calamar? I've never seen another Minotaur before. I thought I was the only one.
Ah.
Oh, that's why you're all excited. I was confused.
That doesn't surprise me, mascot. That doesn't surprise me at all.
God.
I was going
It's
to try to
okay.
find a map for you. No map anymore.
One of these days,
I didn't call you the mascot.
Good old Muvera will teach you about the birds and the bees and the antelope and the lions and, just a circle of life all the way around there. It will get you up to date, but you're not ready for this. You're not ready.
Okay, Snots.
That's some next level
None
shit.
of us are ready.
Oh, and also, Korbog.
I'm not ready for that either. I don't want to be ready.
Also, Korbog, this whole portals and attack on the city, or if that's what it is, also coincided with the kingdom going to war with their neighbors. There's one of the neighboring kingdoms to Alora is is headed by a necromancer, and his hordes of undead creatures. So at the same time the kingdom was attacked is when these portals open and Riverbreak was attacked. So we assume there's some sort of correlation there, but we don't know.
How long ago did these portals appear?
About 3 years ago. It was originally thought Riasa was here trying to stop, because these portals started popping open, and these creatures started coming through, and Riasa was here supposedly trying to stop him because he's a warlock, he's a magic person, so he came. The assumption was to try and stop the portals, but at some point that was proven to be not true.
Has anyone seen the queen or her sister in this time?
Which queen are you speaking of?
The queen.
Wait a second. I
The
have an
queen?
idea.
Yes.
And seriously, this may sound crazy, but the figure that no, wait, hear me out first. The figure that absconded with the queen was elvish looking in nature, but different, right?
Mhm.
What if it was the prince from the future come back to the past to remove his mother?
Dan, you can give me a history check.
17?
Looking back, thinking back on it, drastically different.
Okay.
The guy that took her was a Shatterkai, so like a gray elf, a grayish color
Yeah.
elf. The prince and princess, you remember them? They're both half wood elf, so they have a very different coloring to them than the queen, than the one that took the queen does.
I was just thinking maybe he was like corrupted by dark magic in the meantime, so I was kind of drawing that, but
It would have to be
Or in-
you figured it had to be pretty big corruption because the features were very different. So I mean,
Okay.
it could be maybe maybe you're onto something and it was twisted and changed
Yeah.
from like something, but once you kind of talk it out, you kind of start thinking, oh, okay, that guy did look very, very different than what the prince, well, at
Alright.
least the prince that you saw as a kid and kind
Yeah.
of saw on the back of the dragon. They looked very, very different.
But I mean,
Wait,
I think going to the princess is the best bet though to see what she knows. I mean, what happened? We saw them last together.
what about the twins? Not those twins, but the druid twins. Like, weren't we supposed to be going to that island for a reason? Like, everyone enjoys a good swim, but what happened to that evil, possibly evil? I don't really know if she's a he or, but like, they were on this island and we were supposed to go there and see what the deal was, and then that's when all this chaos happened. So obviously, we were close to something we weren't supposed to be close to because, like, they took us out, really. And 15 years later, Muvera found love.
Yeah, I think it's actually kind of goes hand in hand with what you're saying, Muvera, but Calamar, you may not have been right about the person specifically, but I think we should acknowledge the fact that Ryasa, the prince, is that right?
Yeah.
So he's the one who intercepted us when we were trying to go over to that island. Had the power of the portal, a dragon, and so a part of me thinks we were headed in the right direction, but we really can't understate how powerful this guy is.
And if you remember from last episode, it was actually multiple dragons. He was on the back of a black dragon. There was also a green dragon, and there was a Dracolich as well. So there was a bone dragon or undead dragon that was also with him that came through the portal. On top of the kraken and the sharks and the octopi and all those other various creatures that were present during that fight.
So a powerful warlock capable of portals leading through different timelines. That's nice.
Nah, that's all right. You know, we all gotta die sometime. I'm coming back. I don't know about you guys. Maybe Korbog. You know, he seems like he has good friends in high places. But you know, we can figure it out when we get there. You know, let's just get a move on, or you know, where I need to go. You know, it's just whatever happens, happens.
Are we agreed then? The princess first.
Yes.
Yes. Where are the druids?
No one has heard from, as far as I know, no one has heard from the druids since this all happened. We don't know if they've all been killed.
Deceivers.
The weather over the city has changed. You know, they used to keep the weather in you know, very nice all the time to grow the grapes. The grapes have, as far as we know, the grapes have the crops have all died. Dragon Crush has been nobody's had Dragon Crush in quite some time. So
Well, that's awful.
they could all be dead as far as we know.
So, question: how much is one bottle of Dragon Crush wine worth?
Probably worth quite a bit to certain people, assuming they have any money. Not like the economy has been all that booming here in Riverbreak lately.
Let me
Look,
ask
there's
the
always
next natural question that Muvera won't ask out loud, and that is the general interested in Dragon Crush wine?
He probably would be. Most people are. Dragon Crush is amazing, so most people are.
Maybe that's why he's so pissed.
I like how you knew where I was going with that, Korbog. You know, my best friend, he just knows me so well. He knows
I
me
told
so
you
well.
he'll never love you like I do.
Hey, could you stop?
Some orc on Minotaur love going on there.
Hey, it doesn't have to be like that. It's camaraderie.
I just said love. I didn't say anything wrong. wasn't insinuating anything. So she said, so I mean, you guys can all stay. I'll have some people bring some food, so you guys can get some rest and get some food in you. It's so good to see you, Corb. I am so happy to see you. I didn't think I'd ever see you again, and you inspired me to become a hero and to join the directive and become part of the military so I could help people. And I'm so glad you're not. Yes. Oh, yes. And I would be helping more if I could get the general to send us out in the city to help. But he's got everything locked down on us and has made it very difficult for us to do much.
Why?
We from what I mean, I can only assume it's because his hatred for Quell and the magic people that they made this problem. Now let them fix it. He's said that many times.
Cool. All right. Looks like it's Muvera's time to shine, baby. You guys get the rest you need, because I just got to stand in a corner looking dead, sort of, for a couple hours, and then I'm good. So, yeah, I'm grabbing that Dragon Crush wine, and as soon as, like, dinner rolls around, I'm going right up to the general, baby.
Work it. Bring him to the good side.
That's my walk out. It's not smooth, but we're trying. I saw Calamar tried to teach me in like an epic like montage that we're never going to get to see, and good enough, girl.
Like that montage on the movie The Birdcage where he tries to teach him to walk like John Wayne. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
All right. So food comes. Solyndra seems to kind of hang around a little bit, but she'll, I'll leave you guys alone. I don't want to bother you. And
I want to ask her. I want to tell her that we're going to open pathways for more action in the city. I want her to open more pathways to influencing the directive here.
I will see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. And she'll go out and they'll, as I said, like food gets brought in. You guys can have some food. If you at some point somebody has to go to the bathroom, and like you notice when you go out of the room that you're in, there's guards there and they escort you, and then they kind of escort you back. Like they don't give you a free run of the castle. They keep you kind of limited to where certain areas. Hours later, Solyndra comes back. So I managed to acquire a little more time if you needed to talk to General Zarnark again. It seemed like she wanted to talk to him some more, but he's only got a few minutes. He seems really annoyed by me even asking, but he has agreed to speak to you if you would like to speak to him. But he's in a really bad mood, so.
It's fine. Muvera's gonna cheer him up. Ain't that right, Calamar? And I give him like a little shove.
Okay, so you can come with me, and I'll take you to him. Whoever's coming. Then who's coming?
Cool. Guys, I got this.
You don't want to do like a little Cyrano de Bergerac, and I'm like hiding behind the door, whispering the things you need to say.
Oh my gosh, could we?
Okay.
You could. Not necessarily behind the door, but he could kind of be standing next to you, kind of,
Yeah, I'll be out of my armor so I can be like behind her.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going.
Okay.
No. We're gonna belly up and drink.
I'll tell Calamar, it's like, look, I feel like he's hiding something, but we'll get down to the real business after we talk about like the physical, what we're here for business, not like this business. And I'll do like where like horns are going, tearing stuff off the wall.
But that may be the way to open up his. First, you open up his heart, and then you unlock his mind.
The wine, yes, we are going to open up his heart to get to the mind. Got it.
I really can't believe you're sending these two to do this conversation, but okay.
Oh yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Solyndra will take you guys there.
Hey, can anybody make me invisible? All right.
I can make you glow like a Christmas tree.
No.
I don't actually intend to talk to this guy again, so
Yeah, he's pretty worthless.
He can make you they can make you uninvisible and make you shine. All right, so you guys get led off to this, back through this maze of corridors through like the castle. You guys go into what?
Wait.
Oh, good.
But before Muvera leaves, I'm gonna cast Druidcraft and make her a nice flowery crown and weave it in around her horns.
Okay.
So
They
that's
just-
good.
Yeah.
That's good because this Minotaur is he's the opposite of friendly. He's unfriendly. We have
We're gonna try to put some lipstick on the pig here and make sure we wipe her nose first before she goes. And...
Really, it's just flaps. It's a minotaur.
Is that like he's not famous? He's infamous. All right, so they take you down to go into the knock on a door, big solid wooden door, and knocks on the door. Yeah, what do you want? And she kind of opens the door. You're in the it's an office. There are a couple guards outside the door as well. And she opens the door. You guys go in, and she stays outside. I heard you wanted to talk to me. Make it quick. I'm busy.
Wait, move here.
Okay.
And I whisper, my lord, my loins have ached for this meeting since first my eyes gazed upon you.
Cool. So I feel like we really got off on the wrong foot here, and my loins are aching. And I look like my loins are aching. You know what? Like, just look. We got off on the wrong foot, and I figured we could share a drink and talk about this situation because like I know I've never seen another Minotaur like ever, so this is crazy, and I'm sorry, but the loins ached or something.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Let me drink deep of your visage whilst you taste my red dragon wine.
Like let me drink in your visionary knowledge, and let us partake in some of the tastings of this
Dragon
the
wine.
wine of dragon crushing.
Do you pull out the wine?
Okay. I pull out a bottle of Dragon Crush wine, and I have 3. It was from a previous adventure. Yep. But who can I?
So give me a persuasion check. Who has the higher persuasion? You or Calamar?
I have a +5 to my persuasion.
I have +5.
Okay. So both of you give me a die 20 roll and add 5 to it.
Crit fail.
18 + 5, baby, 23.
Okay. So you see that he looks really kind of annoyed with you up until you pull out the Dragon Crush wine, and then he's like, "We can sit and talk if you'd like. I have a little bit of time." He'll kind of like open up a drawer. He pulls out like 2 glasses, sets them on the table.
Cool. And so like I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm a bit clumsy, and I don't want to break the wine. I just slide it over to him, and I'm just like, so as I hand it over, like when he looks down, I turn to Calamar, and I'm like,
yeah, and I'll like give her the thumbs up, and I'll start walking back. I'll like moonwalk back to the door.
And he grabs hold of wine, he pops the cork off, pours out two glasses of wine, hands you a glass. He seems to really be enjoying this glass of wine. Obviously he obviously hasn't even, like even if like one starts to drip a little bit, he like catches it and like licks it. Like he's obviously has not had this wine in quite some time, and seems very pleased to be drinking some with you.
So, I do want to ask, like, look, I'm not a big magic person. I think like magic sucks. Like, to be honest, it's all witchcraft and haberdashery. And like, honestly, like if people just relied on their brains and their physical like prowess, like I feel like a lot more problems would be fixed with the world.
Okay,
And I,
so
and
hang on,
I know,
hold a second. Are you telling the truth, or are you
yes,
okay?
Yeah.
So give
I've
me
always said that.
okay.
Like
Okay, so give me a
already,
persuasion. Give me a persuasion check by yourself without the help this time.
oh, I still get a +5,
Okay. Oh yeah,
19.
that's right. Okay. Okay. So he seems to be seems to be watching you when you start going into the thing about magic being witchcraft and haberdashery. He seems to even relax like a little bit more. Maybe even gets a little smile on his face, a little tiny one that not much of one, but a small little curl of the corner of his mouth. As he
Like
continues to enjoy the wine, letting you speak.
so, like what did they do when we left? Like, I feel like something really, really bad happened that was out of our control because we weren't here. Because, like, when we were here in the town, like, things were ran like great. We even put the city guard, like the purple folks, in check when we were in here. Made sure they ruled with an iron fist without corrupting the rest of the people that were around them, which is very true. Which is true.
He seems to get. Give me an insight check.
8.
He seems to get. That's okay. I rolled like crap. He seems to get a little annoyed when you start coming down that line of the purple guys and putting them in check and corruption and all that kind of stuff.
Well,
But he doesn't say anything
but like
yet. But he just seems to get. You can tell a tonal
I'll
change in his
swing it
face.
back around. But see, this is how promos happen, everyone. I just want you to see this. And so noticing that, I'll start switching. But like honestly, you can tell all they needed was great leadership. And like I am happy that such a strong, powerful Minotaur with brains like
Oh boy.
has taken over this guard and brought them back to greatness.
Well, this is true. The previous leadership, 15 years ago now, was not as good as I am, of course. Worked my way up through the ranks and have become the most powerful barbarian in the directive. I've worked very hard at it. I do a very good job, if I must say so myself. If not for this terrible magic crap that gets slung around by that Quell and her minions, we wouldn't have this problem. This would be
So
not an issue.
I want to pour him another, like, because we're gonna finish this bottle.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna pour him some more. I'm gonna like pretend like I'm pouring myself some more. I'm basically just gonna sip on it. We all know what's happening here.
Yeah.
So yeah, and be like, you know what? Like, do I remember Quell at all, or was
Oh
I?
yeah, Quell. She was the one that was in the Enlightenment. She was the gray elf. She was the queen's like best friend.
Stop.
So
Stop.
you remember her well. She was.
Look, like between you and me, I don't really remember a lot about her, which tells me that she wasn't super memorable. But if she's causing you problems, as a fellow Minotaur, like we can help each other out. Like I know you can't get your hands dirty, but me and my crew, for the protection of this city and to bring us back to greatness, like let us help you, man.
Well, I mean, and he'll go through like another glass of wine over the next few minutes of talking. You will eventually get it around to he has drank because you're kind of sipping on your wine. He's pretty much drank the entire bottle of wine. Doesn't really seem to be drunk. He's loosened up a little bit, but you would think that a normal person having drank as much as he drank would be showing it a little bit more than he is. But well, I mean, I could certainly. Afford to have you and your lot running missions within the city to protect and maybe even vanquish some of these creatures and help me take over various sectors of the city again. Could certainly use that help if that's a task that you're up for.
I mean, we are always down to bring Riverbreak back to the greatness it used to be. I do have a question for you. So I know that like the Hollow apparently is a safe zone or safe enough zone. Like, do you have any pointers on how like we should travel? Because that's our first goal is to get there, is to see what's happening, what can we do to help, and what information can we gather to bring an end to the the little ghosty folk on the people out there. I mean, I think that they're probably gone, but if there's any hope in realizing that, hey, if they're still here or sentient or whatever, maybe like that's the way. I don't really know what I'm trying to say right now. You're hot, I'm not. Let's try to make this happen. Not really. But so yeah, like do you know that like if these creatures get detached from the humans,
Never seen
like
it. Haven't
never
seen
seen.
it.
So I'm just going with straight logic. I learned from the pasture. I'm pretty sure you did as well, or somewhere in the world, that like humans and humanoid creatures can't really survive without food and water for past a certain amount of time.
This
So
is
is
true.
it that they're restraining their souls to where they can't move on? We don't know. So that's the information that we're going to try to find out, because all this time, if they were gone for 2 or 3 years after all these portals and stuff, like what are we really trying to save instead of taking back our city? So we feel that those answers might be in the Hollow. And we just need any information on how to get there safely and quietly without sparking up a riot.
So
of
you don't
zombies.
know the city all that well.
Nope. Well, I
Oh.
do.
I mean,
like I
maybe.
did.
I mean, maybe I could send one of the barbarians with you. Maybe one of the directive with you. Maybe they could help you get through the city.
There's a lady we helped out like 15 years ago when she was like a little kid, and I recognized her. And boy, has she grown with stern authority. And obviously, it's because of your guidance and not Korbog's hammer that he gave her years ago. But yeah, so yeah, I think her name is Solyndra.
Solyndra,
Yeah.
Veneno. Yeah, Solyndra. Yeah, I mean, I could be without her assistance here at the Citadel for a little while. If you wanted to take her with you and she could help get you through the city, that would be acceptable. Unfortunately, thank you for the wine. You've been very, very generous, but my time is up here. I should probably send you back with the others, and if you guys would like to leave to go on your mission, that would be appreciated.
She didn't even get the first base. Oh
So
no!
I'd be like, thank you. And so I would like to like saunter toward the door like Calamar showed me. Like, like he said it's all in the hindquarters. That's where like, so I'll like fix my horns. I was like, thank you, like I said, I get nervous around, people like yourself. So I apologize if I made you feel a certain way. And I get up, right? And I start like sauntering back.
Give me a persuasion check.
No, hold on. I do the one last turn and I go, and there's more wine where that came from. And I wink at him and I turn and I go out the door. No questions asked.
Hey, give me a
What am I rolling
persuasion.
now?
Persuasion.
19.
Okay.
Plus
All right.
plus 5.
Well, then maybe if you manage to find your way to the Hollow and maybe we get back here at some point, we can share another bottle. Protect those bottles. In fact, if you'd like to leave a couple of those bottles with me, I can make sure they are well protected and do not get damaged.
I appreciate the company, but don't beg for it. And I go out the door. And I go out the door, like obviously I hope Calamar is like with the cup. And like I'll shut the door like ever so slightly, and I'll try to be like, I did it! I did everything you told me to do. I was so cool.
Yes, I'm a genius.
Yes, you are a genius. Yes.
Jeez.
Can't believe you
is the
sent
greatest.
those two to do this.
I can.
Oh no, I can believe it, but as you know,
Yeah.
Solyndra will take you back to the others.
So Sil, looks like you're coming with us tomorrow. General
What?
approved.
Huh? What do you mean? I'm coming with you.
Yeah,
Where?
to the Hollow.
Outside?
Yeah, but don't tell a whole bunch of folks. You're gonna come with us. I talked it over with Stormy. That's what I call him now because we're friendly. And yeah, like so that way you can see your family. We can have a guide of what this new city looks like, and maybe we can get down to the bottom of if we got to kill all those folks in there, or if we need to save them. Slap chest, move her out. I turn to Calamar. I do like a jumping high five, realizing that I'm 7 foot tall and he's
Yeah.
not. So like these guys were like obviously like there's just no connection going on there.
It's like Revenge of the Nerds, high fives.
Yeah. Well, this is great. I mean, I haven't been outside the Citadel in quite some time. I mean, it's dangerous, but I feel, of course, I would feel safe with Korbog. I mean, who wouldn't feel safe with Korbog around? So that's okay. You obviously see that she's excited and nervous, kind of at the same time. Like, you know, glad to get out of the castle, but you know, a little scared because you know there's nasty things out there. And
So I don't think I was there when you guys did that adventure. How old is she?
she was like 7 or 8 when they saw her
She's
previously.
like 23 now.
Yeah, so she's like 23-ish now. Yeah.
Cool. I go over to Korbog. Afterwards, I was like, I did it, but looks like you got an admirer. And like, I like very obviously, like, it's not a whisper, even though it's meant to be, but we all know me. It's not. It's like,
when she says that, I said, no, I don't think he likes me.
So when would we be leaving? I have to go prepare.
The general's very threatened.
You said that it's better to travel at night, even though the general didn't give me that information. So, like, yeah, let's do it, baby. Tomorrow, tonight, after everyone sleeps.
Okay, I will come back in a little while, and I will be ready and be ready to go.
Why is she going with us?
What?
Why is she going with us?
Because she wanted to go see her family. I thought it was a nice gesture.
Are we
And
going to
that
see her family?
No.
Yeah, did you miss that whole conversation that happened earlier? Like, all right, Korbog. All right, look, let me spell it out. She misses her family that she said moved back into the house that you cleared out, right? So,
I start
the
to drink
general-
while she talks.
so
I don't stop the whole time.
The general was talking about sending someone else, and I figured that if you trust her, I trust her, so better to have someone as an ally than an enemy that's going to snitch on us. So I just figured, you know, we've had enough people turn on us, thanks DM for that. And yeah, I think like maybe having someone that's a little bit more trustworthy with the group that seeks an alternative you know, quest in the process wouldn't be a bad thing. Now, if I'm mistaken,
At about this time, Korbog, you run out of drink, and she's still going.
Like,
Or
I actually pour it for him because I know exactly what's happening. I'm just looking for the keg. It's like, oh, okay, here you go, man. So anyway, yeah, I just figured that might be a better way to attack things. Plus, she probably knows the layout a lot more than we do because it has been like 15 years since this happened.
do you want to come with us?
Yeah, I would love to get outside the Citadel and hopefully get a chance to find my family if they happen to be around or alive. I mean, haven't seen my mother and father in quite some time. A little nervous, you know, there's monsters out there, but I'm with you, and I know how to use this. And she pulls out the hammer, and so I think I'll be okay. It'll be fine.
Oh, that's not a ringing endorsement.
She's fine. She's not afraid to die, just like the rest of us. Ain't that
I don't mean to sound incredibly negative, but have you considered the possibility of your family not being alive anymore? Are you ready to face that?
Oh, I've come to terms many months ago that my family may not be alive. I just hope they are, and I'm hoping that they are in fact still okay.
Okay, I just wanted to ask.
But I'd rather know than not know. So there's that. Okay, I will come back. I will go get my stuff prepared, take a little bit of a nap, and then we can leave when you're ready. And she'll kind of scoot her way out.
Well, we'll be ready in the morning, right? To get our 8 hours.
Yeah, we're
well,
leaving.
if by the time you get sleep and stuff now, it'll be like 3 o'clock in the morning when you get done sleeping and such. So, and you guys had said you wanted to travel at night, so I assume that's what you were going to.
Yeah.
So, nothing else going on there, so that you guys can eat, drink, rest, get your full rest, and get up. She shows back up. Solyndra shows back up around 3 o'clock in the morning. She seems to be fully, she still has her armor. She's got her weapons. She has a backpack on now. She's I'm ready to go. Are we ready?
I'm ready to partay.
Vera is always ready, baby. Shovel gang out. Bam. Let's go.
Where are we going first, though, is what I probably would have wanted to establish before
The princess.
just wake up.
Yeah, we're going to the princess in the hollow.
Oh, hey guys, I gotta pop off for a bit. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So, so the other hollow, I don't know where in the hollow they are. Like, as far as I don't know if they're all through the hollow or if there's one spot, but we can just go to the hollow and we can try and find them.
What's the most prominent place in the hollow?
Well, I mean, there's the Warlock Enclave, there's the bank, there's the fishmonger, there's the crossed blades. Those are all pretty big, important, or they say used to be
I
pretty
vote the
big, important
crossblades.
places.
Agreed.
Okay.
I'm somehow unsurprised by this.
What's that?
I'm somehow unsurprised by this.
Well, they're not going to be at a Warlock Enclave. Well, they might be, actually. She's a warlock.
Warlock.
Warlocks need drinks. And we could always see what we can see about our old friend Katie.
What's the most fortified place in the hollow?
Probably the Warlock well, no, it's pretty wide open. Probably the bank. I don't know if they would. I don't. Well, I mean, with the way we're going, we have to walk right past the crossblade to head to any of the places anyway, because it's the first building across the bridge. So we can always stop there quickly and see if there's anybody there, if you'd like. I mean, we can do that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that we should have a plan. Check the crossblades and then the bank.
Didn't we have a friend in the Warlocks Enclave, Mr. Vinman something? Vinderson.
You remember? So Mr. Vinderson was a warlock, but he was not one of the Greed Pact warlocks. So he was not part of the Warlock Enclave. That's the enclave that's in the hollow is specifically the Greed Pact, the ones that worship the money, worship greed. So he was a warlock, but not that kind of warlock.
All right.
The Warlock Enclave might be pretty dangerous right now too, considering the prince was a warlock.
Yeah.
Not sure who's on what side at this point.
Evil warlocks are our speciality.
I'm not worried about killing anything. I'm just saying we're walking in here with this little girl, young lady,
me,
inexperienced fighter.
How experienced are you?
I'm a sergeant. I am quite experienced. I have done many drills. I have been in many battles. I can handle myself in combat.
See that? She's a veteran.
So what's up with the?
I attack her.
Thing.
Okay, you take go ahead. Give me an attack roll.
Holy crap!
Jeez, Corbog.
Okay, so you
So I don't hit her. I don't hit her for real, but I just suddenly attack her to see what she does.
Okay, so you bring the hammer towards her. She drops into a stance that your hammer that you had comes off her belt, and she attempts to try and block your hammer. But you rolled well enough, so you kind of swing it past her, and she does kind of deflect it a little bit. But obviously, you have this massive maul, so it's a little harder to deflect with the hammer, but she does seem to react quite well, actually.
So
You know,
with the-
you would have hit her though.
But does it look like to me, somebody who's an experienced fighter, that she is also an experienced fighter?
Yeah, give me an insight check. Yeah.
That's a 15.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, she does. She seems to react like you would expect. You know, she dropped her stance. She turned herself to make herself harder. You know, less of a profile to hit. She tried to deflect it, but obviously you're a mighty warrior, so you would have struck her anyway. But she obviously did the right things to try and protect herself.
I just nod and lower my hammer.
Oh, okay. Ooh. The hammer back on her side.
I think she'll be fine, Bryn.
All right, I'm getting bored. Let's go kill something.
It's the drow instinct. Save it for the fight, buddy.
Hey, Bryn should be happy. You're going outside at night for once instead of
I got my glasses. I'm good.
instead of the middle of the day.
A little more comfortable.
He's probably wearing them right now.
Well, they're cool.
It is so cool. He wears sunglasses all the time.
At night, he wears his sunglasses at night.
Yeah.
So they'll take you guys out of the. So you leave the Citadel area. You go across the bridge to where the Enlightenment was. And it is true as you're starting to walk through the town, there's a lot less of these things. Like you can kind of see them in small packs in various places, but there's not the big mob like you saw previously before you went into like the Citadel.
While we're at walking though, I want to ask Solyndra, is there still a guy as part of their group, the Directive, that has like permanent slap marks on cheeks?
I don't know that he has a I know who you speak of. I've heard these stories. He is still in the castle. He is still there. He's not a big fan of yours. Every time he mentioned you, I would chuckle.
Is he one of the general's groupies?
He is one of the upper echelons, yes, of members of the Directive.
Why did you join this group?
I wanted to be a hero like you. I wanted to protect
Why not
the
the
city.
paladins?
I don't know. I don't know that magic is within me to bring out. So I thought being a member of the Directive would be better.
Mhm.
That's why I chose them.
The magic is in you.
And she'll smile with that, so she can kind of lead you through the Enlightenment. You don't have to be in the Enlightenment for long because the switchback that goes back down is right near the bridge. And like I said, you are still seeing like some packs of them. They don't seem to be randomly wandering around. Like you don't see them. Like if you know zombie movies and they kind of just wander around. Like you don't see them doing that kind of behavior. But they're not like militaristic either. So they are moving around, but they're not
With some purpose.
they seem to have some purpose, just not like a real rigid purpose. She takes you down the switchback, and if you remember, the switchback goes underneath one of the waterfalls at one point in time. So underneath there, you're getting wet from like the water, and you go down the switchback to the Collective. And work your way through, and you do come to the bridge that goes over to the Hollow. The bridge is destroyed. And when you look, because you know that there's another bridge that goes out of the Hollow and goes into the Scepter, and that bridge is also destroyed. It's not that, it's probably only 100 feet away. So the two exits off of the Hollow are both destroyed at this point. Not that you couldn't find another method across, but just because it's not that, it's only like 50 feet, but it's just.
Yeah, so we can't walk there. So they probably did it to protect themselves. Can I pull up my wolf's toy and pop conjure animals and get us to direwolf pack guards for a trip through the craziness?
You could, sure. Yep.
I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay, so Bryn takes out his toy. His little stuffy animal, and yeah,
A little squiggle.
a little squiggle.
Mhm.
He like squeaks the nose, which has a squeaker in it, and there's some dire wolves.
No,
appear.
stop, stop! Don't make it worse.
It's a Blinsky.
It's a Blinsky.
Pull the cord.
Yeah, pull the cord.
Is it a Blinsky?
I think we need to look for a boat.
Summon little dire wolves.
We need a dingy Pete.
And the wolves appear around you. Summons what? 2 of them, right? Two dire wolves.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do?
Can you
Look
summon
around for a
more? We
boat.
can make a bridge of dire wolves.
Yeah, why don't you pull out your little bag and see if we can have a line to ride across the river with, or
How far is the
bag of
gap?
tricks.
It's about 50 feet.
Oh, okay.
Luca has an idea.
A slight one. Let's see. Oh, that one's too short. I might be able to take one other person with me across there, but let me double check. I can't recall what I can teleport myself into one other person using my bracelet. Thunder step up to 90 feet.
You can.
That's helpful. I have multiple charges, but I'd pretty much blow through it just getting people across.
Let's look for a boat.
Yeah, I suspect there might be a boat around. The zombies don't seem to be responsive to normal thoughts and behaviors, so I don't think the folks on the other side in the hollow would be worried about zombies taking.
To be fair, we haven't spoken with any.
If you would like to go up and speak with one,
Well, the chance may arise.
So you're gonna go looking for a boat?
Yes.
Okay, so give me some perception checks.
I'm +2. No,
I
I'm
don't want to jinx
+4.
it, but everybody's rolling really well today. We haven't hit a nat 1.
15.
Okay.
21.
All right. And then give me a stealth check for each of you.
Ooh, disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Probably.
16.
14.
Hold on.
Two.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Well, -1, so I think my low one then is an 11.
Okay. Yep. So you guys, you're moving through the collective area looking for a boat. You do see a couple times there are some of these groups of the people. A couple times they stop and seem to be looking around. You do notice that that there are no human ones, so none of the humans are out. You see like dwarves and elves and packs of these like dwarves and elves moving around. You can get a somewhat better look at them, so you do get a better look, and it does in fact look like I kind of describe them as, you know what Slimer from the Ghostbusters looks like, is kind of what you see. So there's this ball with arms, the hands like go across the face, and like the ball then has like a tail like Slimer that goes into the back of the person. And you do see that, you know, the hands on this creature move the head of the person around. So if they stop and like maybe you think that they might have heard Korbog for a second because he rolled low on his stealth check. But as a group, you guys passed. But, you know, they stop for a second, and you see these creatures kind of swing the heads of the people around as if they're looking. And it's obvious because, you know, they're pulling. You can see them, like, pulling on the face and the head's turning. But they don't seem to actually see you. And after a short look, you do, in fact, find behind one of the buildings, you do, in fact, find a boat that's kind of propped up against the building and, like, tied to the building.
I cut it free.
Okay.
It just drifts off before.
No, it's on land. It's on land.
He didn't say he was catchy. He's just cutting it free.
Well, I don't
free.
cut it free if it looks like it's easy to unfasten, but I cut it free if it would take a long time to get untied.
I mean, you probably cut it. There are quite a few knots and stuff. There are some sailors knot. Well, you are a sailor, so you could probably get it open quite quickly. There's a bunch of sailors knots in it, and it's not really. It's just like tight to like the back of the building. There's like a one rope like through the middle, and it's tied on these two big iron rings that are sticking into the back of the building. You could quickly go through one of the sets of knots. Those of you that see him do it, like he's obviously like these are some knots that those of you who are not sailors have probably never seen, and he's quickly just pulling them out, getting through them, and you manage to free the boat.
How big is the boat?
It's a large rowboat. You could fit all of you in there. Probably not the dire wolves, but you could fit a lot of you in there. But they could swim. They can swim. They can swim across.
What if they rode on our laps? I mean, you know.
Sir
Or we sit
Calamar
on
could
their
ride
back.
a dire wolf across the river. Just saying.
You
So
might
it's going
drown
to
the
take two
poor
of us
wolf.
to carry this, right?
Yeah, it'd probably take two of you to carry it, yeah. And not because of the weight, like you could probably handle the weight because you're strong, but it's just, it's kind of clumsy and
Well, let's go.
Are you going to carry one of my wolves for me?
Me?
Yes.
Sure.
What you talking about, Bryn?
Perfect. So I think with this spell, I can command them to do just about anything. I want the one that Korbog's carrying to just take a massive leak on him.
This is what we've come
Just
to.
let it loose.
Oh my gosh.
Big magical volume pee. Like seriously, like immense amounts of
The moment
of
the
wolf
moment the wolf starts to pee on me, I hurl it into the river.
Okay.
pee. Aw.
That's
Okay.
Drow class at work.
Classy drow,
Alright,
classy.
he'll swim.
Yeah, they swim. Okay. So you guys can manage to get across the river. Because again, it's only 50 feet. It's not far. I mean, there is a flow, but it's not a strong flow. So you guys can manage to get across to the other side. Right now, you're kind of between the two bridges. So the two bridges go, this way and this way. One kind of goes to the northeast, and one kind of goes to the southeast. You kind of land in like the middle between them. And then you guys can make your way over to the Crossed Blades. And actually, let's hold there and take our break. And I know we lose Luca at the half here. She has to leave us, unfortunately.
Work.
Yeah.
Stupid
Everybody's
work.
got work stuff. What's
I know.
this?
What the hell is this crap? So everybody, we're going to take a quick break. Actually, you know what? Hang on a minute. We
got to trigger
have to figure out the giveaway here. Hang on. I forgot that was done a while ago, and I got distracted. Let's see.
So right after the break, we will trigger the entry for the extra points for the King Sumo giveaway for the huge prize pack. So if you haven't already checked it out, I'll hit the bots again in chat. And prize pack.
All right, here we go, guys.
no
I'm
link.
going to send you I'm going to pick the winner, and the winner is Stiletto Assassin.
Hey, congrats. Stiletto.
Yay.
Sweet.
So Stiletto,
Hey,
Thad will send you a message and get the code to you that you can put into D&D Beyond. To the rest of you, come back and join us. See some more great gaming with these guys, with the exception of Luca, who's going to leave us. Ember will be back by then. She had a quick little meeting she had to go to, and then we'll do also the giveaway for that awesome prize pack. So we'll see you all in just a little bit. Hey everybody, welcome. We are back. All right. As you see, we have lost Luca. As we said, Luca had to bow out on us, and Ember should be back somewhat soon, so we're going to get kind of started without her, and they'll jump in as we get back. So when we last left our heroes, they were just crossed over to the Hollow, which actually we can pull that map up now and show you guys, because I forgot to have Thad bring the map in
Hold
for
on.
me.
I got it.
You got it? Okay, good. Okay, good. Oh, there you go. Look at that. He's already prepared. So if you see the description over here, so here's the first bridge that I said was gone. There was the second bridge, and they were kind of over in here when they found the boat, and they kind of took the boat across here and landed over here. Over here, right over about here is where the cross blades is, and that was where Solyndra had said that you could stop by there on the way. The bank is way down here. It is this big stone building right here. So that's where the bank is down there. If those were the stops you guys were planning on taking on your way through. So as you guys can see on the camera, once Thad switches us back here.
Sorry, multitasking.
Slacking.
Multi-slacking.
So if we take, let me just move a little more to give you a little better. So as you guys get into the hollow, you start to see that, yes, things have not been kept up like they have in the past when you guys were here before. Some of the buildings have been burned a little bit. Some of the stone buildings, as you can see over in this area, are like crumbling and falling apart. Some of them are burned. This is all, by the way, for those people watching. All the terrain today is Dwarven Forge, which I love Dwarven Forge, and I use Dwarven Forge as much as I can. So all of this stuff is Dwarven Forge. The castle stuff was like the postern gate and the walls from Dwarven Forge. That's what all this is, in case you're curious. And so as you guys are going through like the little bit of the hollow before you get to the cross blades, the one thing you'll notice too, actually give me perception checks. We'll see if you do notice. Maybe you'll notice. Maybe you won't notice. Who knows?
Ooh, Korbog. Hey, Art, do me a favor and trigger the second bang raffle.
Oh. Bah, bah, bah.
Ah. So you're entering for an extra 20 points toward the King Sumo giveaway that we're running for the huge prize pack.
Yes, so damn it. Let me get the other one first. Giveaway. Go. All right. Giveaway is
So
started.
Mickey Flint, you're gonna have to re-enter. Hold on.
Yeah. So remember, it's bang. It's the exclamation point raffle. If you guys go ahead and start entering now. So this is for that massive prize pack that Thad mentioned earlier. Go ahead, Thad. Tell them what's in it again, quick, while we.
Sure. It's got a custom. Right on the spot. Custom spell book from Elderwood Academy. Friends over there made us some customs with the Riverbreak logo and the Vorpal logo on them, characterized for each player, which is awesome. So you're going to win one from one of the players. It's got a Hero Forge premium 3D printed mini, not the color, the regulars, but they're awesome minis that you can paint yourself with one of the player characters. Some great dice from Norse Foundry and some metal coins from them as well. Mixed sets depending on which character you have, and also a deck of cards from Nord Games. Critical fail deck or critical hit deck. Critical hit deck. So really sweet prize pack, $200 worth.
Yeah.
So yeah, enter to win. I hit off the King Sumo too in chat, so you can click the link there and follow and like and give some love to our partners.
And tell all your nerdy friends who might be interested in at least stopping by, take a look. And I mean, like, we're constantly giving away like awesome prizes. So,
crazy.
Who doesn't like winning awesome prizes?
And then watching, obviously, you get to get some more.
Yeah, then you're stuck with us.
And if you've ever done one,
you can put up with us. You have a chance to win some cool
deal
stuff.
with these yahoos down here. However, though, don't you'll get in the King Sumo. That's going to run for a couple of weeks, and then we'll give away the prize. There's ways every day to enter to get more entries. You can like and follow people on Instagram, that sort of thing, to get more entries. So it's a great way to get a lot of entries in there to give you a good shot at getting it. So it's a really good prize pack, really good. Okay, so as you guys are moving through the city, or the hollow at this point, and you notice some of this when you're moving through the rest of the city too. Korbog notices it specifically with his natural 20 roll. Yes, so the city is a little more in ruins. Obviously things are not being kept up. A reasonable amount of time has happened. There are some things that have burned or just fallen apart, like I showed you. Some of these buildings up here that have burned a little bit. This stone building is just kind of falling apart. It's not being kept up very, very well. One thing that stands out to you, Korbog, is that there are no personal things anymore. Like, you don't see like the water barrels outside the houses that you may have seen before that would capture like the rainfall and people would drink out of the water barrels, or you don't see any sort of like accoutrement around the city. All that kind of stuff that would have been personal that people would have had on their buildings and stuff is all pretty much gone. Like you don't see any of that stuff at all. So it really, the city appears to be like a ghost town. It appears to be buildings and not that good of repair buildings, and nothing else, nothing personal or anything. So you guys happen to be going through the city. We'll get you on the map here. Korbog is here. Boom.
The streets, though, are surprisingly, well maintained with no ruts and puddles.
The streets still do look pretty good.
Those vitamin D zombies have refreshingly, street conscious cleanliness. This is I'm not sure I can. I can get behind this movement here.
You're a dungeon master. Don't give a man a hard time for not,
I got an answer for this. Hang on, I got an answer for this.
Right.
Well, the streets get worn down when carts and stuff get moved through the city, and there are no carts going through the city. So the stone
You're very good, sir.
The cobblestone roads really aren't being affected all that much, as things aren't being dragged across them all the time. Just feet aren't really doing a lot of wear and tear on them.
Yeah, very good.
There you
Very
go,
good.
smarty pants. I got you. I got you there, pal. I know you
Touche.
two here are both DMs, and I'm not going to put up with your shenanigans here.
Oh, you put up with plenty of my shenanigans.
This is true.
Yeah. What campaign have you been in?
I would put up with both your shenanigans any time. It doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, so you're starting to move through. You're just kind of landing in like the hollow, and you're starting to make your way towards the Crossed Blades when you are accosted. Let me get some of these guys. You come upon a group of these creatures. So I am in fact using zombie minis for these creatures, but they are not actually zombies. But
They're actually offering like samples of like hand lotion.
hand lotion and
Come on, our businesses have been dead for 15 years.
seeing as these are creatures of my own creation, I don't have actual minis for them. So
You want me to pull up one of the pictures of what they
yes,
look like?
I will. We'll do those.
Ooh.
I have pictures. You can bring in all three pictures
Don't
if you
have any
want, Stan.
Soul Rider Devils?
Which ones?
Soul Rider Devil miniatures?
Oh, what are those?
They have they're people with little devils on them that are riding on top of their heads, like basically covering.
Really?
Yeah.
Where the heck are those? What set are they from? I need some.
They were in 4th edition.
Oh, I need some of those. To go on eBay and see if I can find some. I didn't even know they were a thing. I made this up myself out of my head. I made up these creatures, and so there's what one of them looks like. There's two of them. There you go. Okay, make them big. Make them big.
Okay.
There you go.
So you want to explain what these things are?
Yes.
Explain how we made these first.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oops.
So these, for those who don't know what they look like, this is the Hero Forge 2.0 color tools. So another bonus to using the Hero Forge stuff is I'm not an artist and I can't draw for crap, and I was like, hey, let's go design these on Hero Forge and take a picture. So I know
You know something.
Yep, go ahead.
With Vorpal board, these would be awesome. Like if you didn't want to like, you can have the minis, but then you could just like populate it with monsters using these because that is fantastic.
We are talking about doing that. That will be coming soon, Dan. We were talking about using digital assets because you can do that, and putting all of your minis in here and letting you guys physically move your virtually move your characters around the map. So we are going to try that. We're going to do that soon.
Yeah.
So
cool.
these are three. You see three different distinct groups. Well, not groups. They're not in like one big group, but three different kinds of these creatures, and they go by color. So you see these ones that have these green tentacles coming up out of like the ground, and this green hand on the back of its head. The yellow helmet kind of thing that I did there, that's just kind of like you see like this glow around their head where this hand is holding onto them and trying to move them around. The one in the middle, the big difference to that one is it is obviously has mage armor on. So that's what that armor is right there. That clear looking armor is a mage armor spell cast upon it. And again, similar thing. The red tentacles around it, kind of like grabbing on. I couldn't really do it in the mini maker, but they're actually, the tentacles are kind of like grabbing onto their legs. It's almost like there's this this
Cool.
ghostly creature like holding it and controlling it, moving the legs around and stuff. And then there's a blue one as well. So there's a red, a green, and a blue ghostly creature of some sort that seem to be controlling these. But you do notice that there are, in fact, people being controlled. So now that you've come close to them, and Korbog got his 20 on his perception, Korbog, you can see that these people are indeed breathing. Like, you can see the chest movement of these people breathing. So they are definitely not completely undead creatures like you would expect from zombies or something. And so that's what they generally look like. Obviously, the humans that they're attached to, or the creatures that they're attached to, all look different. It's not like all the blue ones are dwarves and all the green ones are humans or anything. But that's just how I made the picture, just so we could get kind of a representation. But they do kind of lumber like that, kind of like they are zombie-like, but they are not zombies. So those are the creatures you see. I have now populated the map with them, and we're going to do some initiative rolls. And Thad, if you would give me three creatures to initiative.
17 for me.
You could use those pictures if you wanted, Thad. You could use the pictures instead of the numbers.
Oh yeah, perfect. Even cooler.
Yep. You were 17?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably going to put you more towards the front. Korbog, what'd you get?
5. Where's Solyndra?
Oh yes, we got Solyndra.
We'll make Solyndra the 1. I rolled a 21, Art.
Okay. So you're going to be first. Put you over here. Dan here. Korbog's going to be back here. Let me roll for Solyndra. Hang on. Solindra's going to be there. Now let me roll for the monsters. Let me get them out here. Ooh. Dan, what did you have again?
17. I'm -1 as Calamar. Fiercely strong as Calamar. Fiercely weak as Shark.
I'll clean it up for you, Art.
Thank you. Okay. That's going to be our initiative order. And the first person to go is going to, in fact, be Bryn. So, Bryn, you see this? You got up over here. We got a group of the creatures over here. We got another group over here. And then a couple straggler ones over here, which seem to be coming from down this alleyway. These seem to be coming from this way, and these seem to be coming from this way. And they seem to be moving towards you.
The building that's right here. Oops, sorry, I have my pointer off. The building that's right here.
Yep.
Does it look like there's a good perch that I could run and climb up and possibly get on a corner off ground level?
I mean, you could certainly try. You see that wall is kind of burned down a little bit, and there's this, the floor is kind of collapsed. You could probably run in here and try and jump up on here and get somewhere up on here. You don't know. I mean, this wall looks like it might be okay. It hasn't collapsed yet, but you're unsure as to how sturdy it is.
I'm nimble. I'll give it a shot.
Okay, so you're gonna move over here. Give me an athletics check. Oh, so close.
You suck.
Almost the 1. It was so close.
5.
Okay, so you go over there and you try and like scramble up that wall, and you just slide right back down.
Combat hits, and then I act like an idiot. Okay.
It happens.
I'm gonna bonus action dash.
Okay.
To get up there.
Okay.
So
give me another roll.
Another shot at it. Oh, come on. 9.
Who was it who said just a little while ago about
7.
everybody rolling really well? Who was that? Who
as
was
soon
that
as combat hits, I start rolling like complete ass every time.
That's the
All right.
switch I have in Vorpal board where I turn on combat
Yeah.
mode and you
Yeah.
roll crappy. That's how
For
that
the
works.
record, we don't have that. But the dice gods seem to follow me. So okay.
Okay. So what would you like to do with your action? You've done your move and your bonus.
Well, now that I've fallen on my face twice, I'm gonna get up angrily and I will take a shot at
That one right there.
one of the closest zombies, and I'm gonna try to aim for the ghostly figure and see what happens if an arrow passes through it.
Okay. You can certainly do that.
9
better.
plus 10, 19 to hit.
19. Okay. So you, in fact, come back and you launch your arrow, and it does go right through that creature, and you can roll some damage.
Sweet. Oh, and this is actually assassinate, correct? They're not in combat yet.
They have not entered
I have the
combat yet,
first
yeah,
hit.
so you get a shot at it.
Okay, sweet. Sorry. Awesome. So that's 18 plus 3d6 plus 5.
It doesn't sound nice.
13,
bad.
18 plus 18, 36 points of damage.
Holy
right out of the
crap.
gate.
Oh,
Ouch. That's a bunch of crap.
Hey, yeah.
There's like
some core bog
12
level
of them out
damage.
there.
That is like some core bog damage. What's up with that?
I'll see in a bit.
Okay, so 36 points. And so it does, in fact, seem to harm it. You do see it kind of react as if it just took some damage.
Did the human react at all?
The human did not.
Okay.
I mean, other than the creature reacted, and so like when the creature reacted and pulled like on the thing, you saw that kind of reaction. But no other reaction. No.
Okay.
Okay, so then it would be the green one's turn. So the green ones, so these ones up here in front, so they are going to, in fact, move. They have a movement of 30. This one will come at you. Oh, hang on a minute. I got to put Solyndra out there.
And the dire wolves.
Oh, yeah, I have the direwolves too.
Hey, get your shit together, DM. Come on. We got stuff. We got stuff to play with here.
Yeah, so direwolves are the wolves are there. I will use this one for Solyndra. You stay in your Korbog because Korbog's her hero. In doing that, she's going to get attacked. That's okay. Okay.
Which one is she?
She is
Right here. Is she next to me?
she's that one right there.
She's not within 5 feet.
Nope. One of the wolves would be within 5 feet. No one else is within 5 feet of you. Korbog's
right.
10 feet. She's 10 feet. All right. So one's going to attack Bryn first. So these guys come
We're
up
so
to you.
sorry about your character, Ember.
Oh,
Muvera's back, baby.
Muvera. After this, Muvera, give me an initiative roll.
Oh, buddy. I'm late to the party, so it's a 6.
That's good. Put it right there. It's perfect. Okay. So you'll come running down the road here in a second. So these guys that come up. So again, remember these are the green ones. They have the green hand on top and the tentacles around their body. And these guys come up and they're just kind of clawing at you. So the first one on Bryn, a 9 doesn't do it. 2 on Calamar. Oh my God, I'm rolling terribly. 7 and 7, don't do it. 2 on Korbog. Oh. Oh, darn it. Damn it. You have the damn adamantine armor, don't you? What a bunch of crap. So it would have been a crit, but it's not because somebody's got adamantine armor on. But I do hit, so it does go up to you, and it slashes you for 7 points of damage.
Right.
And you need to give me a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. I only have a +7 to charisma saving throws.
Yeah, of course it has to be the paladin I've hit with the freaking crap.
Ooh.
I rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9. Okay, 9 is not enough. So hang on 1 second. How many of those other ones are there? There's only 2 of those. Okay. So the 9, you feel like this wave of fear come over you.
Okay.
Oh no.
Hang on a minute. I'm trying to put these guys into the.
So we have wolves.
Yeah,
we
someone
have...
fill in. Someone fill in. Emberquake.
So the wolves are mine. So don't
Okay.
attack those. Those are good. We've got 3 groups of zombies, Ember. And actually, here I'll pull up a picture. There's green ones which are attacking now, red ones and blue ones. The red ones have like adamantine armor, mage armor on. So 3 different groups of them. They're attacking separately in initiative. So those are coming at us. And yeah, we have. Don't forget, we have Solyndra in the mix too. She's the number 1 on the initiative order.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get these guys put into the encounter thing so we can do them.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, for real this time.
Okay. All right. So so they do that claw there. Can you be frightened?
I can.
You can. So you are frightened for 1 minute. So as this thing like scratches into you, you feel like this wave of fear come over you. Like, well, oh my God, there's so many of them. Are they going to kill us? What could happen here? There's, they're weird looking creatures. I'm trying to find my frightened.
Well, admittedly, this makes Calamar a little bit nervous because I don't think he's ever seen Korbog express any fear at all. So if he's afraid, there may be a reason.
Yes.
Perhaps we should
There it
consider
frightened.
Retrograding back.
Here is
Not a retreat. We retrograde.
So this is the chest and trove status markers, as though the frightened on. I love those things on Korbog. And then one of them attacks Solyndra. Does not hit. I rolled bad against everybody except Korbog, apparently. And that's it for them. So, Sir Calamar, it is your turn.
All right, I've got these 2 right next to me.
Yes.
So I'll step. I can still be within 5 feet if I step close to Korbog.
You will step away from one of them. The far one. You'll step away from this one right here if you move.
All right. Well, you know what? I'll do that after I attack. So I'm going to attack.
Okay.
I'm going to attack one of them first. Well, I'm going to attack. If my first one happens to kill it, then I'll move my second attack to the other. But let's see what we got.
Oh.
Hey, a 1. Yeah, you know what
One.
that means.
Oh.
That's right.
It's the Inked Mage box this week. Hey, look at that.
Not a crit.
All right, so how we were going to do it,
So-
everybody, now that the cat's out of the bag, the first person to roll a 1 in the second half of the game, it was going to be their box that was given away this week, and we will continue to do that every single week. If nobody rolls a 1 for the second half of the game, then we'll have a roll-off at the end of the game, and the person with the lowest number will give their box away to a lucky winner. So Inked Mage's box is going to be the one that'll be given away this week. And you rolled a 1, so we got a fumble deck, don't we?
Well, I don't. Okay, and I don't want to gyp that person, but since my other one was definitely going to be a miss on the non-1, I'll use my inspiration.
Okay.
Well, there you have it.
It
So,
was meant to be.
We have a critical fail deck, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we do. Uh-oh.
So we had
well,
from
and the,
Nord Games has given us some crit decks and some critical fail decks, and so we decided to start using them mostly because Korbag is gross and does too much damage under my rules when I crit people. I don't know that it's gonna get any better with this, but we'll try it out and see what happens.
All right, so really
the
quick.
DM is the one who gets when somebody rolls a 1 and you're using the crit fail deck. The DM gets it. He gets to see it and gets to use it whenever he wants to.
All right, so let's see what. So now Thad
Against
is going
me.
to scan it into the see how quickly
Correct,
Thad
yeah,
can
so
scan it right in.
This is the card into our box.
Boom, there
into
it
the
is.
system.
You see down here?
Card's out. All right, Dan, you can flip it over.
All right.
And Art, do me a favor and magnifier.
Yeah.
So the viewers can see. Just double click.
Yeah.
Now you're rotating.
Sorry. Well,
Can you tell Dan hasn't used this feature
I thought
before?
it was a flip card. Hang on.
Oops. I hit the wrong button. Hang on. Got it? Flip it, Dan. There you go.
I did.
Now it's upside down.
All right, hold on. Leave it alone. There we go.
There
All
you
right.
go. Boom, there you go.
Nobody
Okay.
practiced this beforehand.
So, Dan, you're using a sword.
I am.
So we are using this one up here. So you see there the decks have a it's a weapon, bow, like melee bow, range or natural weapon, and then magic. So we're gonna use this one. So quite the riposte. Make a DC 18 strength or dexterity saving throw, Dan.
Yeah. Oh, why don't I just use these Vorpal dice? Come on. You mother scratcher.
On a failed save.
It's a 12.
Okay. Deal damage to yourself, Dan.
Oh, now watch the big number come. Hang on. You.
It's terrible.
Come on.
Great.
Come on, roll low. Roll low. I know.
Oh.
Well, there you have it.
And then if you look at the
12
next
points of damage.
and the target of the attack may make an opportunity attack against you.
Oh no.
With
all right.
advantage.
Look, I'm going to use my dry erase board here to keep track in my spell book of my damage.
And even with advantage, I think I rolled bad. Dan, does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
So search.
Hey, can I use my?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I use my action point to do a what is it? The spend an action point and parry myself?
Oh no.
No, go ahead.
You mean your battle master point? One of your
self-parry?
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
man.
that's good for a split personality person. You should self-parry.
Self-parry. So Calamar goes to swing at this creature, completely misses, stabs himself in the leg, and leaves himself